Right. Hello guys and welcome everybody to the TPM Super League Season 3. I'll be Acosta Reina tonight, bringing you the very sudden series between Special Forces and Underdogs Reborn. And as it was scheduled really late, really suddenly, like I said, no one really knew about it other than their own players, but I managed to get information about it, so we're bringing it to you today now. It is a week 2 matchup, which means it technically should be played already this week. Special Forces have been just late with scheduling their games, and here we are now, just hoping that this is going to be played. It seems like both teams have their 5 players already. Underdogs Reborn have made some late transfers and changes to the squad as well. It seems like they don't have all the key players available, and their position in the table still seems a little bit uncertain. It is pretty high right now, as you can see here as well. They are 4th in the table. Their best victory came against Napoli 10-1, which gave them really 10 goals out of these 13 they have scored. And the biggest loss was to Tiki Tackle 1-6. So other games have been pretty tight so far. Other fixtures, they have played only 2 series, so yeah, they need to catch up as well. Together with Special Forces, together with Sun Bello, have played the least amount of games so far, and so there is a little bit of uncertainty still in the table. For example, Underdogs with 2 wins, they could take over Sun Bello, they could get to 3rd position. Meanwhile, Special Forces with 2 victories could be taking position as high as 4th, actually, overcoming Underdog, Spades, and Napoli in the process. So we're gonna have to see about that, but looks like the game has already started. We're gonna switch over to the screen here, and you can see here Special Forces starting with maybe a little bit of a subpar squad, but nothing much has changed from the past. There's still Darren Polka, Ibrahimovic playing Flame in defense. Ahmad, probably one of the wild cards here. He hasn't been playing that much in recent times. He's a bit of a newer player as well. No newer signing Passkid helping Special Forces, for example. We'll see how they manage to fare here. And Zen, Aguero, Darksy, Drizzy, and Finesse for Underdogs United. So like I said, some players definitely missing. LM10 will be missed, considering how much he did for the team before. Scored the winning goal against Napoli in the 1-0 return fixture against them as well. So I think there's definitely something to be seen here. But Underdogs will maybe have a little bit of lack of chemistry here as well, seeing they just recently transferred Aguero over from Napoli. Now he's put to defense here. Ahmad opens up Ibrahimovic with a great pass. Darksy is chasing the ball and gets the tackle as well. That's a clean one. Finesse trying to restart the play, tries to overplay Ahmad. Works out, but Ibrahimovic is guarding the wing, which means everything is working out as intended for Special Forces so far. Ahmad takes a shot, but it has no power behind it. Goalkeeper catches it, and that's going to be a long ball. Drizzy is flirting with an offside position there, but that's not going to be the case as the linesman is going forward. Darren, however, great defensive work by him, catches up. Ibra Sayed. Special Forces with pretty passive passing play so far, so we haven't seen anything crazy. From Special Forces series against Snazzies, both of them lost. They did play pretty great, however, and you can't really fault their playstyle. I'd say everyone did a good job. And right now, Ibrahimovic, over to Darren Polka. And yeah, Special Forces in the second game lost to Snazzy 2-3. If we want to mention close games, they did hold the ball quite a lot there, still playing against powerhouse players like Justin Bieber, for example. So Special Forces, yeah, just trying to kind of kill the game, but at the same time just trying to hold their position as much as possible to create more chances. Zen, we haven't seen him play a lot recently, but he's back here together with other Portuguese players, forming that kind of a trio they used to have. I think Finesse, Drizzy, and Zen, they're playing all attack here as well. Finesse trying to find a shooting angle. Ahmed blocking the fray. Finesse trying another one. No, still can't do anything. Tries to go for the cross at least. Darksy over to Drizzy. Drizzy goes for a shot that goes wide. And Finesse wasn't there to make a tap-in happen either. Darksy wins it back. Finesse is open on the back post. Sayed trying to cover it. Goalkeeper's there first before any of them reaches it. And we just and that is going to be down over to Ibrahimovic, and that's going to be over the line as well. Need to be taking a second actually just to edit one thing. There seems to be something's missing here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna be fixing the scoreboard here a little bit. And here we go. It's still 0-0 right now. Everything's holding up well for Special Forces. Underdogs United so far seems to have more possession. Drizzy turns nicely against Darren Flame there to intercept. He's a great eFootball player, great console player, you know, with the controller I mean, but shows great skill here in TPM as well. Just simple mouse movement to do it. Aguero. Over to Zen. I'm sorry. Very similar name player, of course, in Special Forces as well. Zan614. You can't mix them up. From two very different countries. Also playing different positions and very different teams. Ahmed, though, that's a finishing angle, but Darksy slides in there. Again, wasn't a powerful shot from Ahmed. He needs to practice those a little bit more if he wants to make an impact finesse. There to block a high one as well, whether it was a cross or not. Ibrahimovic goes for the bug, it hits the crossbar and comes back into play. Finesse Aguero. Over to Zen. Darksy, Drizzy, open on the wing, has a bit of space there to progress and instantly launches across. Might have been a bad decision, gets cleared, and the second one only ends up on Flame's head. Polk over to Ahmed, and Ahmed has been filling that wing space actually really well, despite all these defensive efforts from Darksy to shut it all down. Ahmed's been doing a fine job so far this evening just to create space, picks up these loose balls, makes some easy passes happen, but in the end it's going to be Special Forces who opens up the scoreline. It's going to be 1-0 from Darren Polka, and who other than him is going to just make a great run through for a through ball coming up the field and smashing it home. So it's going to be a little bit anticlimactic maybe for Underdogs there. They've been in control for most of the game already, but nothing's been really going their way. Then back to Darksy. Darksy to Drizzy. Finesse. Trying to find someone with a through ball, at least a lob. Darksy's here. They're not going to be shooting immediately. Darren's going to clear it. Ibrahimovic was running up forward. Darksy has to stay deep to cover him. That's a simple mistake a lot of defenders do against Ibrahimovic. He's ready to just camp up the field immediately when the opportunity arises, and that was one of these cases. Sayed restarts play. It's going to wait a little bit. Special Forces obviously comfortable to just hold the ball now and focus on their own game. It is 1-0 after all. That's halftime as well. And it's going to be that minimal lead, keeping Special Forces ahead right now. Sayed. It's Ibrahimovic kicking it off. Flame. And taking their sweet time here. Not a lot of substitutions available as well to neither sides actually. There's Yunus for Special Forces, but I don't think he's signed up, and Special Forces might not even want to sign him up. 2 players leaving, in fact, leads me to believe there seems to be some kind of a disconnection issue haunting the game right now. We've seen the servers acting up again more than usual in the past days. Hopefully that's going to get fixed, and we're going to be back starting very, very soon. Drizzy and Darren both rejoin at the same time, actually, so it seems like might have been the same problem. Both players just got kicked by the game. Sometimes happens. Now, Sayed over to Flame. Searching for these through balls again. Darren was open for a second there, but it's hard to reach him through Darksea. He's just going to be standing like a pillar there. Drizzy. Long ball through Aguero. There's an opportunity. Finesse, though. They seem to be overplaying it. Even Aguero had a clear line of sight for a second, and they went for the more difficult option. Ahmad, that's a great ball up the field. Darksea is going to be covering Polka. And Darksea over to Drizzy. Aguero. There seems to be more sense of urgency in Underdogs play as well, and this pass is exactly it. Finesse is not offside. He's going to be putting a cross in, and it goes through Sayed, goes through the goalkeeper. That is the equalizer right there. Underdogs managed to pull themselves back into the game. It's 1-0 now, and Special Forces, all their work has been deleted once again. We basically start anew here. Darren, Drizzy. Great tackle so far from Underdogs. In total, we've seen a lot of them, at least 10, I think, which have been successful. Finesse, Aguero. Right wing side also pushing up to equalize and bring back these defenders to cover. And Finesse is completely left open. Flame with a great sacrificial dive there to block the shot coming straight at the goal. Finesse, another lob. Sayed is there to clear. Finesse picks up the ball again thanks to a tackle. And tries to outplay and outmaneuver the defense. Finesse going to maybe take it now. No, still no signs of him shooting until he's just going to tap it in. And it's 2-1 Underdogs. Suddenly take the lead. And Special Forces were just wrapped inside out in their own defense, in their own box. Flame. It's just that this standard Special Forces strategy is not really working. The underlaps from wings to Ibrahimovic, the through balls, we haven't really seen them. They're going for a lot more uncomfortable moves, and so far these corners set piece is also not ending up in anything beneficial for them. Aguero. Going to be a long one. Ahmad not going to be winning that one. Sayed, though, punts it to midfield. It's Darren who does win it in the 1v1. Ibrahimovic, though, is marked by two players there. Ibrahimovic tries to get the shooting angle right. Still gets blocked. Darren. And that's a very optimistic one. Flame, though, there's still an opportunity, but no, that's going to be blocked by Lutzak, who was brought in as a substitute, actually. I completely failed to mention that, actually. He was subbed in for Zen. Darksea. Oh, what a shot from Darksea that is. Just finds the back post perfectly. Slides it in there. Goalkeeper wasn't even making a move for it. It's 3-1 now. Underdogs safely in the lead after all. They were giving false hope for Special Forces. And seems like Ibrahimovic wants to dribble as well here. Not gonna happen. Drizzy over to Lutzak. Drizzy still going. Lutzak offside here. Flame, Sayed. Over to Ibrahimovic. Aguero. Drizzy. Aguero. Darren wins it. That's a great lob. Ibrahimovic should not be offside here, but he still is by a little bit. Looks like the timing was a bit off. Darren couldn't release the lob early enough for it to be considered legal by the linesman. Ahmad. Flame. Darren Polka. Sayed. It's interesting, but you don't see a lot of players from Leamington still playing in Special Forces. Ahmad is one of those cases. Even has a Leamington clan tag as his name, the LMN. Leamington, quite a hated club by Special Forces people. That's a long ball through and over. Drizzy's gonna be sending it to the moon. Sayed over to Flame. Flame, that's a great one. Drizzy, that should be a goal if he's gonna shoot it. No, he opts to just center it instead. That goes way over. Flame latches onto it. Ahmad, Darren Polka, maybe they can start something here, but Ahmad goes for the short pass. Sayed completely misses the tackle. Darksea, a long ball upfield. Drizzy, is he going to be shooting it? No, still tries to find Finesse. Finesse with a sliding tackle. And into the goal it goes. 4th for Underdogs. And it has just been going perfectly. And it is 80th minute already, so not a lot left. Only thing that could be happening is Underdogs multiplying their lead, just expanding it by a couple of goals there. Ahmad with a connection issue. Lutzek tries to slide it in after missing the shot. Completely failed. Looks like he kicked the ground instead of the ball there. Darksey. Lutzek tries to make up for that missed shot there now. Great cross coming over to Drizzy, but he just ends up between Special Forces defense. Yeah, this game is just seeming to die down now. No real events happening here. Aguero sends it up. Finesse gathers it. Drizzy trying to make space for himself. Flame right on his back though. Flame is still in there. Trying to sway him. Make him push the ball out. Here's Finesse with an air shot. Great volley, but didn't have enough accuracy. Went straight towards the goalkeeper. Drizzy, this is one of the last attacks here for Underdogs. A bit of a bad cross from Drizzy though. Goes too far wide. Lutzek cuts inside. Tries a shot. Flame with a clearance. That could have been an own goal. And in a bad case scenario, that would have been a true Maguire moment right there. But no. Special Forces, they still have something here. Ibrahimovic. And no, the referee ends it on a very bad time. But first game is going to be 4-1. This is how it's going to be ending. And we will be waiting for the second match to start then. Looks like all players will stay in the same room. Special Forces, obviously, they still want to get some sort of a point from here because it's been pretty hard. You know, they took the lead and they did a pretty good job so far, even holding it for that first half, but then it's just started to escape from them as well in the end. And if you look at the games against Nazis as well, they were same kind, super close. They conceded super early in the first game, where Snazzy won 1-0 against Kosherex. Other than that, they held together perfectly. After that, it was a very back and forth game. They took the lead against Nazis 1-0, then Justin Bieber equalized. Ibrahimovic took them to the lead once again. It was Unic who equalized it, and then Special Nazis already took the train home by a bigger margin, 3 goals there, so 5-2 was the final result. But the Special Forces have been getting the shorter end of the stick quite several times already. And so far, they're probably their only, hard to say, but their only great results. But yeah, they're basically their only results have come against the series over NAC. They drew with Not a Crew and then they won. Also 1-0, a very minimal victory with Darren Polka scoring the winner. And we are here, we're starting the second game already. So here we are. It is 0-0 once again. It's a new game for new points. Ibrahimovic over to Ahmed. Basically the same lineups as well. Lutzek now playing. And Darren, interesting decision there to slide it there. Maybe could have even got the ball under his own control. That didn't exactly go for it. Sayed. Over to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's not really sure of himself either. Sends it just straight out, but no power there, so Special Forces defense having a little bit of trouble clearing all that mess up, and now trying to get that tempo off Underdogs in the whole game, but it's not working out. It's actually all falling apart. Finesse, great finish there. But, you know, these 1v1s just need to be finished anyway, Sayed. It's a hard situation to tackle in. You need to get the player together with the ball if you want to stop that attack completely. Or you can get a red card, of course. But maybe that early into the game is not really a wise choice, so... All things considered, a very expected result from that situation. Surprised that not a foul, actually. Both players trying to attack Darren there. Flame picks it up, but the volley isn't quite there. It hits the post and bounces out. And Lady of Luck just hasn't been with Special Forces right now. Flame has been trying these shots before as well. Playing it on the corner of the box is pretty good during the corner kicks. Darren does a nice job defending this. Oh, and a nice pass but Ibra doesn't pick it up. It went into the corner flag and into the field. Ahmed, is he going to run up here? Lutzek, still a pretty good adversary here as well for him in defense. Can't just dribble right through him. Sayed. A searching ball up the field, but no one wide enough there. Darren not on the wing exactly. So even though Darren tries to play as a winger here, even falls back quite a bit. We've seen him help in defense even more this game over the last. It's just not working out perfectly. Ahmed as well, not staying too wide, so he still leaves like the wings quite open, a lot of space for Underdogs as well to abuse there. Flame running up. Still some time for him. Polka exchanges a good pass. Goes for a throw-in. Flame to Ibrahimovic. And that's a great shot and beats the goalkeeper. Just goes over his hands there. And there's the equalizer. Ibrahimovic just manages to turn around so many of these moments. Finesse. Darksy over to Aguero. Aguero to Darksy again. Darksy. Underdogs obviously still trying to find these channels up top, but they're not willing to risk it too much. They know Special Forces have been winning a lot of headers actually today, so the long ball is not always very fruitful. Lutzek. Finesse. Between all of these players, he actually manages to get the ball. Aguero, that seems to be going out of play. And that is the case. Flame to Sayed. They're going to stick to that short playing style. Flame, Ibra, Sayed. Darren trying to open up, but Drizzy is just glued to him, and Darren hasn't really stretched the wing so far. Actually, the quite opposite, has to work his way back to Mark Drizzy now. Lutzek escapes from Ahmad, who seems to be having a little bit some internet issues as well, as you can see that connection disconnection sign appear next to his name. The case with many players actually. Justin Bieber had that as well. Levy, playing in Napoli right now, has that same issue. A lot of people struggling in the new GUI. At the same time, it offers you that unlimited FPS, so a lot of people still opt to use that, myself included right now. Ahmad with a great tackle. Darksy is beaten, but there's no one to pick up the loose ball. Ibra, that would have been a perfect opportunity to start a counter with. Drizzy. Darren, great job there. Has to hold it, say it is ready. And you need to keep yourself focused there. Just determined right now. Can't wait for others to do the job for you. That's exactly what Special Forces defense is doing as well now. Ahmad putting on some pressure. Darren as well. You're just taking turns, basically. It's usually just one player, Ahmad, doing a solo job there. Rizzy up the field again. Flame. Long ball, and seems like goalkeeper's going to track it down. Long one again. It's a header. It's not going to reach anyone up top. Special Forces had no one planted there. Finesse, though. He's going to try to do something. The Underdogs captain here. Finesse turns inside. Not a shooting angle yet. Still no. And he finds it, but he shoots straight into the post. Went for the right click shot, that ticky-tackle type of play. I guess they picked quite a lot up from LM10 as well, but Ahmad's disconnection issues persist, so Underdogs are going to make a fair play. They're going to kick the ball out, and we're going to wait for Special Forces to clear the problems. Like I said, there's not a lot of options available either, no subs really. Zan isn't available right now, and seems like the game has kicked everyone. There seems to be disconnection signs on absolutely every person, and we just haven't found the luck with these nights. It's crazy. And yeah, it looks like everyone is basically kicked from the game, and one day is the same for me as well. Need to be taking a short pause then. Very unlucky. But we will see then how's it going to work out. Game itself is just completely unresponsive right now, which is really sad. So we're gonna have to restart the game and see if there are still, if people are still playing in the same room, because it's kind of sad when this happens, you know, during a league game. And most people appear to be back, at least, which is great to see. Maybe we can start up again. Let's see. There we go. Now we're waiting for all the other players to connect back into it. And we have Darksy still having connection issues, apparently. Darksy, together with Levy and some Polish players as well, seem to experience this on the new GUI, that if you leave the game in the middle and then you come back, you can't really get into the pitch. You're going to be staying on the sideline and you can't enter any longer, which is a bit silly. So the only option is really to quickly switch over to the old match view. But that seems to be the only case of anything that's working. Now we do see that Special Forces have actually made a substitution. Ahmad has been taken to the bench. Gixney is replacing him. Gixney, who has also had his fair share of goals for Special Forces, so it's a great substitution, definitely. Gixney is going to be working well on the wing for them. But the real question lies in whether Darksy can play or not, because I don't think Underdogs have anyone else available right now. Zen might have gone offline already. Right now, at least, he seems to be in the game, so in worst case scenario, Underdogs, they have one substitution available. But this is just a good example where you'd need to have a bit of a larger squad to choose from, rather have more players watching the game and missing out maybe on the fun, but at least you have these emergency subs available if needed. It is, since Underdogs already got a one victory from the series. They're standing on 10 points then, just 2 short of 7 Bello, who are currently on the 3rd position. 7 Bello meeting Napoli next week, for example, looking to get some extra points from there. It's still a pretty strong side, and they are definitely expected to still fight for the top 3. Tiki, of course, comfortably in the lead right now on 16 points. Snazzy on 15. But Tiki Tackle on also a much better goal difference currently. And Darksy's issues, well, we won't see the end of them anytime soon. He has connected and reconnected, disconnected at least a dozen of times already. There's seems to be absolutely nothing happening regarding this. Well, finally he gets to re-enter the pitch. It's great to see, and immediately looks like the play is restarting as well. Darren is going to give up the ball. It's going to be half-time, and we're going to restart the game from a good checkpoint as well. Just a half-time kickoff, second half kickoff rather. Ibrahimovic gives it over to Underdogs. I wonder if that's going to be a fair play then. Even though I thought, at least, yeah, it was actually Underdogs who kicked the ball out when Ahmed was having the lag issues. It was Finesse who did it. Lutzak with a shot that comes close. It had no curve behind it though, so wasn't posing real threat to the goal. Went wide in the end. Flame. That's a bad touch though. You can't have these Finesse over to Aguero, but the ball is very loose. The pass is sloppy. Lutzak now. It's over to Drizzy. They're trying for these tiki-taka, these short passes, and that fierce play inside the box. But it seems like it just goes over the head. Sometimes Aguero with a crazy attempt of a volley, which is saved by the goalkeeper. Just with fingertips. Darren Polka is not offside. I was convinced it is the case, but it isn't. Drizzy makes a foul. That's not a yellow card, but it is a penalty for Special Forces. Darren is stepping up to take it. The man who also scored in the last series Can he do it right now as well? Aguero, who was a main goalkeeper for New Factory for quite a while, dresses up as a hero here to make the save. Guxney makes a foul, but the referee plays advantage. Finesse cuts inside. That's a great ball, but no. Goalkeeper says no yet again, and the bot goalkeeper is having a great day until this moment here, where Finesse slots it past him. And obviously the bot goalkeeper a little bit slow with the dive, so a great finish after all from Finesse. They take the lead once again. And Ibrahimovic, inside the mess of men, finds the ball but doesn't find the angle. Overplays it. 56th minute. Special Forces, they want to get that possession back as soon as possible. Sayed gets caught by Finesse. That's a clean tackle. Sayed wants revenge. Finesse doesn't let him have it. Ibrahimovic over to Flame. Guxney. Well, he can't find Darren. The ball slips over Lutzek's foot. Guxney. That's a good one from Darksy, though. He's adding even more tackles to his collection from this series. Finesse. Darren just doing the mandatory. Drizzy was opening up a lot on the back post. Sayed is now covering him. Aguero as well, an option inside. Well, he's out now. Sayed wins it. Wants to lay a high ball to Ibrahimovic. Here he is, Guxney, though. That ball is going to be a bit short. Guxney is forced to wrestle with Finesse here, and Darksy in the end is going to clear it. And that will find Drizzy. The question is he offside? No, he's not. Drizzy is going for the shot. The rebound slips past Finesse. Darren. Great positioning. Flame takes a second guess of where to put the ball and finds Darren well open. However, Aguero with a great click tackle there just to get that ball away and also back into possession. Flame. It's just such a back and forth game. Both sides losing and winning possession in the blink of an eye. See it happening over and over and over again. Sayed's going to kick it out. It seems like Special Forces themselves once again have a player off the pitch. He's returning now. It's Guxney. He also left. I'm not even sure what's causing this. And okay, it seems to be maybe disconnection issues again, because even Darksy left. Ibrahimovic did the same. We're having a really bad night in the game, it seems like. Finesse. Get the ball to his hands. Looks like Special Forces, they have their players all back and ready. Guxney's running. No lag issues, at least it seems like. What meets the eye, he seems to be moving quite normally. Sayed. Is he going to advance on the wing? You don't see a lot of winger in Sayed. Usually here, Darren, well, that's a good position for a free kick. A little bit too far away, though. I'd like to lob it maybe far post, but they will start it short. Ibrahimovic is there. In the center again, though, whereas usually the most crowded area, literally the center of Mumbai over here. And Underdogs obviously not letting Special Forces pass that easily. Guxney just tries to shake everyone off. And the most he can maybe get from this is an out, but no, he's not even going to get that. Underdogs have won the possession fair and square. Rogero's opening up over Sayed. Maybe they can make that pass happen. No, they're maybe aiming for Drizzy instead. Now, that's the case. Drizzy's here, but both players, both Flame and Drizzy, mistimed the S key and the dive. So nothing coming out of it. It's just going to go cleanly over the back line. Ibrahimovic here. Trying to make instant impact now, since Underdogs wasted their attack, but they have all the men inside the box already. 4 players there defending as much as possible. Finesse also trying to find these loose balls, and a counter is on the hands. Finesse drifts off though, so is that another case of disconnection issues? And looks like we're gonna have a whole series of them. It's quite over the top. I mean, we saw that a bit in Snazzy Special Forces series, I think. We've seen it in Napoli Spade series. Some players at it, like Levy and even Aguero, I think. But this is a whole other ball game here. Every couple of minutes, we see someone leaving and then disconnecting. It's been really tough for a lot of these players. Aguero turning and turning. That's a clean tackle though. Guxney the hero there. 83rd minute though. What can Ibrahimovic do here is the question. And not much here. Darks is gonna escape with an orange card, mind you. He was pretty much in the position to be a last defender. But hey, Premier League referees would likely agree this is definitely not a red card. They'd give you a pat on the back for that. Darksy over to the goalkeeper. Well, it wasn't over to the goalkeeper. Ibrahimovic intercepted that, but still, the bot goalkeeper was faster. He's stronger. He's better. And he gets it back to Underdogs United. Aguero, shoulder to shoulder with Flame. Aguero, that's not the Manchester City Aguero we know of. Went straight to the goalkeeper here. Ludzek to the wing, opening up. Finesse, sprinting towards the box. Drizzy as well. So yeah, it loses out to Ludzek. Actually, that's a 4-dimensional play here. Ludzek is outplaying all of them. Still, Drizzy manages to put out the weakest shot imaginable. So Flame blocks it. Kuksny, Ibrahimovic, Darren, they're all attacking. That's a foul from Aguero. But there's not a lot of minutes left. You need to remember that as well. It's 90th already. That's the last attack Special Forces is going to have. They're 1-2 behind. And this is how it's going to end. They get 0 points again from a series that was really close. They tried their best. But nothing really happened in the end. Underdogs secure wins from both games. 4-1 and 2-1. All 6 points, which puts them above 7 Bello. And to the 3rd position in the table. Reina, thank you everyone for joining. And see you soon.